Welcome back to the ABCGH Spoilers channel. If you're a fan of high-stakes drama, jaw-dropping revelations, and unexpected twists, then today's breakdown is for you. Port Charles is never short on surprises, and this week, emotions are running high. Harrison Chase finds himself at a crossroads as he wrestles with a powerful confession that could change his life. Drew Quartermaine, on the other hand, continues to stir up trouble, creating a tense situation that could have serious repercussions. But the biggest shocker? Elizabeth Weber is in grave danger, her life hanging by a thread in a sinister showdown with none other than Cyrus Renault. Each of these storylines is packed with emotional depth, and as we break them down, we'll analyze what they mean for the characters and their futures. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's dive into the explosive developments shaking Port Charles. Chase's emotional turmoil, a confession that could change everything: love, guilt, and the weight of expectations. These are just a few of the emotions swirling around Harrison Chase as he struggles with a confession that's been weighing on him. Chase has always been the type of man who carries his emotions close to his chest, but now, those emotions are threatening to boil over. Enter Dante Falconeri, Chase's closest friend and confidant, who senses something is wrong and gently nudges Chase into opening up. In a moment filled with quiet tension, Dante reassures him, "You can tell me anything." But what exactly is Chase holding back? There are two very real possibilities, and both could have a lasting impact. Possibility number one, the fear of failing. Brooklyn fans of Chase and Brooklyn Quartermaine know that their love story has been filled with ups and downs, triumphs and heartbreaks. However, recent events suggest that Chase's Valentine's Day gesture might have been hiding a painful truth. Deep down, could Chase be feeling inadequate? One of Brooklyn's biggest dreams is to start a family, but if Chase is struggling with doubts about his ability to give her the life she envisions, it could explain his distant behavior. Is he worried he won't be able to have children? Or perhaps he feels an overwhelming pressure to be the perfect partner and is afraid he's failing her. This kind of insecurity can eat away at a relationship, and if Chase doesn't open up soon, the cracks could start to show. Possibility number two, a burden of guilt over Cyrus Renault. There's another angle that can't be ignored: Chase's involvement in the ongoing Cyrus Renault investigation. We now know that Anna Devane recently discovered that Chase was the one who leaked information to Dante, helping him identify Cyrus as a suspect. While Chase likely acted with good intentions, this revelation puts him in a precarious position. If his actions lead to unintended consequences, like another deadly attack or a failed arrest, how will Chase live with that guilt? If this is what's weighing on him, his confession could be a pivotal moment, setting off a chain reaction that affects not just himself but the entire Port Charles police force. Either way, this moment with Dante is bound to be a turning point in Chase's storyline. Drew's reckless behavior, walking into the lion's den at the Savoy while Chase wrestles with his emotions. Drew Quartermaine is on a different kind of destructive path, one that seems to be leading him straight into enemy territory. The ongoing tension between Drew and Curtis Ashford has been brewing for some time now, and according to spoilers, things are about to explode. A confrontation in the making. In the latest promo, Drew can be seen telling Portia Robinson, "We don't need him ruining our evening." But the real question is, why is Drew even at the Savoy in the first place? The nightclub is owned by Curtis, and given their current fallout, showing up at Curtis's business seems like a deliberate provocation. Is Drew just looking for trouble, or does he have a deeper reason for being there? Some fans speculate that Drew is spiraling out of control, making reckless choices that could alienate the people around him. His alliance with Willow Tate has already raised eyebrows. Are they fueling each other's worst instincts? If Drew continues down this path, he risks turning more friends into enemies, which could have dire consequences down the road. The bigger picture: what is Drew really after? Could Drew be lashing out because of unresolved feelings, perhaps anger, betrayal, or even guilt over past mistakes? Or is there something bigger at play? If he has an ulterior motive for being at the Savoy, we may soon find out what it is. One thing is certain, this isn't just about Curtis. Drew is heading into dangerous territory, and if he's not careful, he may regret his actions sooner rather than later. Elizabeth's life in jeopardy, a deadly showdown with Cyrus Renaud, and now, we come to the most shocking and high-stakes development. Elizabeth Weber is in extreme danger. When we last saw her, she was standing face-to-face with Cyrus Renaud, the most dangerous man in Port Charles. His unexpected visit was no accident, he's here for revenge. Cyrus's deadly plan, will Elizabeth survive? The last time Cyrus and Elizabeth crossed paths, she played a key role in getting him banned from turning woods, and now, he's back to settle the score. Cyrus has always been a cold, calculating figure, but this time, his plans may be more sinister than ever. Sources suggest that Cyrus may attempt to inject Elizabeth with digitalis, a potent toxin that could incapacitate her before she even has a chance to fight back. The clock is ticking, and unless someone arrives in time, Elizabeth could be in grave danger. A possible savior, will Lucky Spencer return? One theory that's gaining traction is that Lucky Spencer could be the one to save Elizabeth. Maybe he suddenly remembers something small, like a forgotten item or an excuse to drop by only to walk in on the terrifying scene unfolding in front of him. If Lucky arrives in time, he could fight Cyrus off or call for backup before it's too late. However, even if Elizabeth escapes this time, Cyrus isn't going anywhere just yet. He still has his sights set on Jocelyn Jacques, and according to weekly spoilers, Anna Devane will be left furious when the judge delays signing the warrant for his arrest. That means Cyrus will remain a free man for now, keeping Port Charles on edge as his next move remains unknown. Final thoughts, what happens next? With Chase struggling under the weight of his emotions, Drew playing a dangerous game, and Elizabeth fighting for survival, General Hospital is delivering some of the most intense storylines we've seen in a while. But the question remains, what's next? Will Chase's confession bring him closer to Brooklyn, or will it drive a wedge between them? Is Drew's reckless behavior part of a bigger plan, or is he truly spiraling out of control? And most importantly, will Elizabeth survive her deadly encounter with Cyrus? The drama is heating up, and things are only going to get more intense from here. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to tune in for all the action coming up on General Hospital. Next, we delve into the heart-pounding drama unfolding in Port Charles. Elizabeth Baldwin finds herself in a terrifying face-off, Jocelyn Jacques walks straight into danger, and Cyrus Renaud's dark schemes reach a boiling point. Meanwhile, across town, Curtis Ashford transforms the Savoy into a dazzling stage for love and romance. The stakes have never been higher, and the tension is only mounting. Buckle up, because this week promises unexpected twists, shocking revelations, and high-stakes confrontations that will leave fans on the edge of their seats. Let's dive in. Elizabeth Baldwin's nightmare, Cyrus Renaud strikes again. The morning begins with Elizabeth Baldwin moving through her home, the warmth of Valentine's Day setting the tone. Wrapped in a cozy robe, she carefully balances a breakfast tray, no doubt filled with something special, perhaps heart-shaped pancakes or a decadent French toast drizzled with honey. She expects to be greeted by familiar, loving faces. Maybe Lucky Spencer, her longtime love, has returned to surprise her. Or perhaps it's Aidan Weber and his boyfriend, Tobias, ready to share a joyful morning. But instead, a chilling presence lurks in the shadows. As she steps into the living room, her breath catches in her throat. Cyrus Renaud stands before her. The moment is frozen in time as Elizabeth's mind races to process what she's seeing. This is no friendly visit. The question is, what weapon does he wield? A syringe filled with digitalis, a poison potent enough to stop a heart in seconds? Or perhaps a gun, one he may have acquired under sinister circumstances, possibly even stolen from Jocelyn Jacques' recent encounter? For a woman who has faced her fair share of dangers, Elizabeth's instinct to protect herself kicks in. Is there a way out of this? Can she fight him off before he executes his malicious intent? Jocelyn Jacques' desperate gamble, a deadly standoff. Meanwhile, at a completely different location, Jocelyn Jacques walks straight into Cyrus Renault's lair. She has been guided by cryptic clues, whispered warnings from Colette Moreau, who seems to be acting on behalf of the enigmatic Jack Brennan. But what was supposed to be a covert investigation has turned into a deadly trap. Jocelyn turns around sharply, only to come face to face with the monster himself. Cyrus, a man known for his cold and calculating nature, now stands in the doorway, his expression unreadable but undoubtedly menacing. He knows someone has tampered with his room. A dried flower in his Bible is out of place, important documents have gone missing, he senses betrayal. And now Jocelyn is standing in front of him, an uninvited guest in his personal hell. But where is Dex Heller's gun? Is it still nearby, loaded and within reach? Or has Cyrus already seized it, shifting the balance of power? Jocelyn's fate hangs in the balance. Will she become the next victim of Cyrus's poison, or will a last-minute intervention change her destiny? Anna Devane's regret, a miscalculation that could cost lives. Elsewhere, Anna Devane is beginning to realize the gravity of her mistake. Weeks ago, in a desperate bid to maintain control, she made a controversial decision, one she believed would prevent an even greater catastrophe. She imprisoned Jason Morgan. Her logic? Keeping Jason contained meant removing a wildcard from the game, ensuring Cyrus's inevitable downfall wouldn't come with additional bloodshed. But her calculations were wrong. Now, as she reviews the latest reports, the truth becomes undeniable. 5 bodies have already turned up, and all signs point to Digitalis poisoning. Among them, Sam McCall and Dex Heller have also been affected, escalating this from a simple case of revenge to an all-out murder spree. Sitting across from her is Elizabeth Baldwin, whose tone is grave as she delivers the brutal reality: Cyrus isn't stopping. We believe he's killed at least 5 people, and unless something is done, that number will only grow. Beside her, Lucky Spencer nods in agreement. He has seen the same evidence. This isn't just a serial killer at work. This is a mastermind executing a calculated vendetta. Anna exhales sharply. Did she make a critical error by imprisoning Jason when she should have focused all efforts on neutralizing Cyrus? If so, the consequences of her choice are already unfolding in the most tragic way possible. Cyrus Renault's lair, a symphony of poison and madness. Far from the glitz and glamour of Port Charles, Cyrus Renault is at work in his hidden lair. Under dim lighting, he meticulously lines up 5 vials of Digitalis, each one brimming with lethal potential. His hands are steady, his expression void of remorse. This is a man who no longer wears the mask of civility. The facade of righteousness has crumbled. All that remains is his ruthless ambition. One by one, he fills syringes with precision, neatly arranging them into an open box. This is no careless spree, this is a symphony of vengeance, each injection intended for a carefully chosen victim. As he works, his mind sharpens with cold clarity. His enemies believe they can outmaneuver him. They are wrong. Love and celebration at the Savoy, a night of romance before chaos. Amidst the darkness spreading through Port Charles, Curtis Ashford brings light and love to the city with a spectacular Valentine's Day celebration at the Savoy. The venue is transformed into a romantic paradise, candles flicker, music sways through the air, and couples embrace in a warm, joyous atmosphere. At the center of it all, Curtis stands proudly on stage, microphone in hand. With a beaming smile, he raises his glass and declares, "Happy Valentine's Day, Port Charles." From their table, Portia Robinson claps enthusiastically, her eyes filled with admiration for the man she loves. Across the room, Lucas Jones and Brad Cooper share a quiet moment, reveling in the magic of the evening. Brooke Lynn Chase and Damian Spinelli join in the celebration, their laughter blending into the lively energy of the room. But amidst the joy, one question lingers: where is Harrison Chase? Will he step into the spotlight, surprising everyone with an unexpected performance? Or is he somewhere else, caught up in a case that could shake the very foundation of his world? For now, love is in the air, but the shadows of Cyrus Renault loom ever closer. Final thoughts: Port Charles on the brink of disaster. With Elizabeth Baldwin's life in immediate danger, Jocelyn Jacques caught in a deadly game, and Cyrus Renault's unrelenting thirst for vengeance, it's clear that no one in Port Charles is safe. Will Elizabeth escape Cyrus's grip before it's too late? Can Jocelyn find a way out of his lair alive? Will Anna Devane rectify her mistakes before more bodies pile up? And will the love and light at the Savoy be enough to counter the darkness creeping into Port Charles? This week in Port Charles, the drama is exploding as the February sweeps bring shocking confrontations, deadly schemes, and potential heartbreak. Cyrus Renault, the city's most ruthless villain, is more dangerous than ever as he inches closer to his next target. But with so many people out to get him, will he make his escape, or will justice finally catch up with him? Meanwhile, Elizabeth Baldwin and Lucky Spencer may have walked straight into the lion's den as they try to uncover Cyrus' lethal secrets. Could their investigation lead to a tragic outcome? Let's break down the chaos coming to GH this week. A city on edge, the hunt for Cyrus Renault intensifies. As Port Charles braces for another week of explosive confrontations, Cyrus Renault remains at the center of it all. He's managed to slip through the cracks before, but with so many enemies closing in, his days might finally be numbered. Among those determined to take him down are Jocelyn Jacques, Jason Morgan, and Lucky Spencer, all working behind the scenes to gather enough evidence to put him away for good. Elizabeth Baldwin has also been playing a dangerous game, using her position to sabotage Cyrus' operations. She was the driving force behind his firing from Turning Woods, and he hasn't forgotten it. But the question remains, who will take him out first? Will Jocelyn's determination to stop him lead to a dangerous showdown? Could Jason Morgan finally return to his mob roots and take matters into his own hands? Or will Cyrus himself make the first move, eliminating anyone in his way before they get the chance? It's a race against time, and with Cyrus growing increasingly reckless, no one is safe. Cyrus Renault, the reign of a ruthless killer. With a lethal dose of digitalis, Cyrus Renault has already claimed multiple victims, proving he's more than just a scheming criminal, he's a cold-blooded killer. Dex Heller and Sam McCall were already on the receiving end of his lethal tactics, and Michael Quartermain barely escaped with his life. Now, Cyrus is eyeing his next victim, and all signs point to Elizabeth Baldwin. But is Elizabeth really the one in danger? Or could someone else take the fall in her place? Lucky Spencer has been by her side, shadowing her movements and watching over her. His protective nature might just put him directly in the crosshairs of a vengeful Cyrus. If Elizabeth is on Cyrus' hit list, Lucky could become an unintended casualty, sacrificing himself to keep her safe. The biggest clue that something terrible might be in store for Lucky? His mother, Laura Collins, and his sister, Lulu Spencer, are about to receive devastating news. Could this mean that Lucky is the next to fall victim to Cyrus' murderous rampage? Foreshadowing a tragedy, will Lucky Spencer survive? The ominous hints about Lucky Spencer's fate have not gone unnoticed by GH fans. Lucky has been constantly at Elizabeth's side, supporting her as she digs deeper into Cyrus' secrets. But being so close to the fire may mean he won't make it out alive. His family's impending heartbreak suggests that something dire is about to happen. If Cyrus decides to make a move on Elizabeth, Lucky won't hesitate to throw himself in front of the danger to save her. Would GH really kill off a legacy character like Lucky Spencer? If he does end up in the hospital, or worse, how will his loved ones react? Laura Collins has faced loss before, but will she be able to endure another tragedy? Lulu Spencer, despite her current condition, would be shattered if she loses her brother. And Elizabeth, will she blame herself for putting him in harm's way? This is a story that could forever change the Spencer family, and the fallout will be felt across Port Charles. The final showdown: can someone stop Cyrus before it's too late? With so many people wanting Cyrus Renault dead, the question is not if someone will take a shot at him, but when. He's been cornered before, but this time feels different. Anna Devane, Jocelyn Jacques, Jason Morgan, and even Lucky Spencer have been vocal about wanting him gone. As tensions escalate, it's only a matter of time before someone takes justice into their own hands. Will Cyrus get taken out in a classic GH whodunit murder mystery? Could someone unexpected step in and deliver the final blow? Or will Cyrus escape into the night, slipping through the cracks once again? Port Charles is at a boiling point, and the next move could change everything. Final thoughts, a week that will change everything. February sweeps are heating up, and this is shaping up to be one of the most explosive weeks in GH history. Cyrus Renault is more dangerous than ever. Elizabeth Baldwin and Lucky Spencer are walking straight into danger. A major tragedy could be on the horizon. And someone in Port Charles is bound to strike first. What do you think will happen? Will Lucky Spencer survive his latest brush with danger? Will Jocelyn Jacques or Jason Morgan take down Cyrus once and for all? Or will Cyrus Renault once again outmaneuver everyone, leaving behind another trail of destruction? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for more shocking twists on General Hospital.